The Cleveland Browns have been teetering on the edge of chaos for years. But this season, the cracks have never been more visible. The quarterback drama more intense, and the eyes of the football world more fixated on every decision made in Berea. Dillon Gabriel came in with a reputation, a promise of precision, a supercomputer mind that could read defenses, dissect coverage, and deliver the ball with surgical accuracy. That was the dream, the vision Cleveland bought into. But the reality on Sundays has been far more complicated, far messier, and far less forgiving. Gabriel is not a disaster, but he is not a savior, and as the season unfolds, the questions surrounding him only deepen. Every incompletion, every cautious throw, every missed opportunity becomes a magnifying glass for his limitations. And at the same time, a neon sign pointing toward the next chapter. The inevitable arrival of Shedeur Sanders, the son of Coach Prime. The golden boy who carries with him both a legacy and a weight that can crush or elevate. It's a franchise depending on how it is handled. And right now, Cleveland is caught in the middle. A city of passionate fans, of sports talk radio warriors, of social media armies, all watching every snap, every play, every decision with a mix of hope, frustration, and barely contained anger. Gabriel faces three massive hurdles that have defined his young career so far. First, his reluctance to push the ball downfield, to take those shots that can turn a game around in a single throw, to seize moments that define greatness. He is the shallowest passer in the league. Yards per attempt, depth of target, completion averages, all near the bottom. Statistics that tell a story of a conservative approach in a league where aggression is rewarded. Where hesitation costs games, where not taking the shot can become a self-fulfilling prophecy of mediocrity. Against the Patriots last week, he threw for fewer yards per attempt than Myles Garrett had sacks. A striking, almost absurd stat that highlights the inefficiency of an offense that struggles to stretch the field. To convert potential into momentum, to turn possession into points. While defensive linemen celebrate records, the Browns' offense quietly hemorrhages opportunity. A slow drip of missed chances, of unrealized talent, of wasted possession. In a second quarter play, Gabriel's eyes were locked on Harold Fannin on an out route, the Patriots taking it away perfectly. Yet Jerry Jeudy streaked open downfield, ignored, unseen, unthrown too. A clear demonstration of vision restricted, of decision-making constrained. A single moment that encapsulates the frustration felt by fans and coaches alike. Second, Gabriel has made mistakes, throws that should never leave a quarterback's hands. Interceptions that compound pressure, reduce confidence, and amplify criticism. With the lowest on-target percentage in the league at just over 52%, and one of the highest turnover-worthy play rates, his caution does not equal consistency. And against the Patriots, he threw 2 interceptions. The dam finally breaking, the mistakes a stark reminder that potential and execution are two different things. One throw to Njoku on a crossing route under pressure ended in a linebacker's hands. A forced decision, flat-footed, under duress. A microcosm of the challenges facing a young quarterback learning to navigate the NFL's relentless speed and complexity. Third, and perhaps most unavoidable, he is not Shedeur Sanders. The son of one of the most magnetic and influential figures in modern football, a player whose name alone draws eyes, whose skill set demands comparison, whose arrival is inevitable. A looming presence that casts a shadow over Gabriel's opportunities and magnifies every misstep. The narrative is unavoidable, the storyline's intertwined, the drama as much off the field as on it, and yet Stefanski has chosen patience, choosing to stick with Gabriel. To develop him, to allow him time to adjust, to learn, to grow, a strategy grounded in experience. In the knowledge that young quarterbacks have ups and downs, that growth takes time, that rushing the process can destroy confidence. Analysts point to the 3 Ps: pass protection, playmakers, play calling as critical indicators of a young quarterback's success, and on each, the Browns have struggled. The offensive line is plagued with age, injury, and inconsistency, ranking near the bottom in pass protection. Playmakers are limited, wide receivers inconsistent, tight ends promising but not enough to offset deficiencies. play calling is cautious, overly conservative, limiting opportunities, constraining creativity, prioritizing safety over production, resulting in a quarterback forced to check down repeatedly to make the easiest play rather than the impactful one. A young talent constrained by circumstance as much as skill. And yet there are glimpses of competence, flashes of potential, a quick release, a calm presence in the pocket, a willingness to keep eyes downfield even under pressure, a capability to escape, to sling the ball with purpose, to make plays that hint at what could be if all factors aligned. Gabriel's limitations are physical, mental, situational. Yet he has the work ethic, the desire, the foundation to improve, to learn, to grow, to perhaps one day become a reliable contributor. If not the franchise savior Cleveland dreams of, the reality is that the NFL is relentless, unforgiving, a place where patience is tested, and mistakes are amplified. And Gabriel's story is as much about potential as it is about reality, about navigating pressure, expectation, and the shadow of a teammate whose arrival is both inevitable and inevitable to alter the narrative. And so, as fans, analysts, and teammates watch, debate, and speculate, every play becomes part of a larger story, a story of development, challenge, and the struggle between potential and performance, a story that will define not only Gabriel's career, but also the Browns' future, the team's approach to developing talent, and the city's hope for a quarterback who can finally end decades of uncertainty. The narrative is ongoing, the tension palpable, the story still being written. And for those who want to follow every moment, every decision, every snap, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay updated because the journey of Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and the Cleveland Browns is just beginning. And you won't want to miss a single moment of the drama, the triumphs, the failures, and the evolution of a team and its quarterbacks fighting to find their place in NFL history.